أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay, thank you for being here tonight. We are in another episode of Another Day in Paradise, and I am very fortunate to have my wife accompanying me. Miriam, thank you for
Hello,
being here.
everyone. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Okay, so tonight, I really wanted to have you here tonight so we could talk about a Netflix documentary that we watched together a couple of weeks ago, and it was called The Tinder Swindler. So briefly, for people who have not been watching this episode, this documentary rather, it's a documentary about what was his real name? You were telling me.
Shimon Hayut.
Shimon Hayut. So
His fame name is Simon
Simon.
Leviev.
Simon Leviev or Leviev. So what this young man did is he created a Tinder profile where, and we will talk later about his profile. I'm just trying to set the tone here. He created a Tinder profile where he, how could I say that? He tried to attract young women by showing his good looks, by also showing his money. So he took pictures in yachts with wearing expensive clothes, with expensive watches, expensive cars, in private jets, and he attracted quite a few women. And 3 of them came forward, and they, I guess, they accused him of being a con man. So he clearly conned them, but allegedly. So let's be protective.
It was clearly a manipulative profile.
Well,
when you look at his pictures,
okay,
it can't be real.
Well, it can be real. I mean, some people are rich. I mean,
yeah, but you can't post just a picture of you in a yacht or in a private plane or in a good shape.
Well, if this is your life, then I mean, you're not gonna like downsize your life just so you can post pictures. But anyways, let me before we get into it, let me just finish presenting the guy.
Okay.
So he conned them by hitting on them. He seduced them. Then he invited them on their first meeting, on their first date, I guess, to fancy hotels. He took them on his private jet, and they were really, really seduced by him. Of course, some might say they were seduced by his money. But anyway, we will talk about that. And after they got really, really into it, after a few months, 2, 3, 4 months for some, he started asking them for money. And the reason behind this is he started preparing the field first by saying, oh, you know, my enemies, they don't like me. And he presented himself as the son of an Israeli diamond billionaire. Thank you. And that's how he got his money. So he had to travel all the time and work all the time. But some people don't like him and didn't like him, and they wanted to hurt him. And he was always with his bodyguard. And one day he sends them pictures, fake pictures, allegedly fake pictures, showing that he was hurt and attacked.
It's like a movie story.
Exactly. And of course, if you create an environment of stress, then you can get more out of people, and you make them disconnect their brain and start thinking with emotions. And he said, hurry up, can you please help me out here? Send me 30,000 euros, 40,000 euros, or $40,000, 50, 60. I think for one of the chicks, he asked her for $60,000, and which represents a life saving for those girls. And they did. And some girls even
took loans.
Yeah, they asked for loans, and they ask for small loans because they still make a little bit of money.
I think so, the one of them, maybe I think it's the first one in the documentary, took 200,000.
Yeah, and the way she did that was, he said, well, the bank is not gonna lend me that much money. Okay, well, you can just pretend you work for me. and I'll send you some paperwork, and you go and you ask for your loan. And he sent her some
fake.
paperwork with like a fake salary, like okay, like she's making 100K a month, which is crazy. And of course the bank fell for it because the paperwork was fake, and that's it. So now they realized that, for example, in the morning when he sends them, hey honey, how are you? Like a short video, hey honey, how are you? I miss you, blah, 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 blah. He was actually sending it to a lot of people. And the same message, the exact same message. Sometimes he customized the message, but most of the time he was like working smart instead of working hard. So, okay. First thing, what do you think about his profile pictures? I know you mentioned they were a little bit sleazy, but...
It depends on what you are looking for. When you see his profile on Tinder, everything is perfect.
Yeah, maybe
His
too
lifestyle,
perfect.
yeah.
Even the
And you have
pictures
to
are
ask
perfect.
you have to ask yourself questions.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even his pictures are like perfectly lit.
Edited with
Yeah.
He lives in private planes, in
Luxurious places, yeah.
hotels. You don't when you see some of his picture, you have edited picture of him and his family. It's clearly fake. How can you not see the
I disagree with you
fakeness?
there. I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's clearly fake. I think if you are rich, this is what you do. But
When you are rich,
all the
you are
pictures,
discreet.
yes, but all the pictures he insisted to show his Rolex, his diamond earrings, his diamond necklace, his private jet, etc. Like not one picture didn't have anything precious or very, very expensive or displaying his luxurious lifestyle. And yeah.
So when you are attracted by money, you're gonna fall for his profile. When
Yeah.
you begin to ask yourself questions about the perfectness of his profile, you're gonna have some doubts.
Yeah, I mean, if something is too good to be true, looks too good to be true, that it's probably too good to be true. But the question that I have for all this, because like all these girls, is when you see those rappers, they're working really hard to display all their money and to show you all their money, all the Lamborghinis, etc. And a quick example, one day I heard something that was actually pretty funny. They showed like a rapper, I don't remember the name, with like maybe 6 or 7 very, very luxurious cars, like high supercars, etc. And with a jet. And he's like, yeah, I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So take a look at, like, think a little bit about the behind the scenes. So if you are going on a private jet, why did you take your 7 cars? So you probably took one car, went back, got an Uber, and go back to your house, get another car, or ask your friends, hey, can you all drive my cars? Be careful now, these are all rentals, and bring all the cars, take the photo, and then go on the jet, or maybe not even go on a jet. So it just does not make sense to show pictures of yourself with expensive things. These are just photo shoots, and a lot of people fall for that. But anyways, so again, I agree with you when you say that the picture that he projected was a dead giveaway. Like he showed what he valued the most, what he thought was the most valuable thing to attract women, which was his money and his looks. I mean, I know you don't really think that he's good looking, but I think he's pretty good looking. I mean, he's not ugly, and he has money, which makes him charming, I guess. Yeah. And
but what's making him the most charming? It's his lifestyle and his money.
Yeah, I mean,
not his physical.
But let's not be naive there. Like everybody is a little bit attracted by money. So, but if this is the only quality that you show, especially on the first pictures, etc., and again, Tinder is a very weird thing because Tinder, you show I mean, you have like 5 or 6 pictures that you can put up, and of course you will try to select the best pictures, and that's what I have to like maybe not warn people, but like at least make people notice that, okay, don't confuse what you see on social media and what people are in real life. On social media, these are very curated pictures, moments. They try to look super good. If they take 10 pictures, they will only select the best one. So one of them is going to make the cut and be on social media. So let's just remember that maybe 10 pictures did not make the cut. And all those 10 pictures, they give you a better, like a closer idea of reality. So, yeah.
It's the real danger of social media. You have the impression that the beauty code goes only one way.
Yeah.
And it creates jealousy. It creates damages on your self-image.
Of course. Envy,
etc. You think
etc.
it's the real thing, and you have to be, you have to do you have to resemble to the other.
To look like them,
to
yeah.
Look like them.
Yeah.
It creates a negative impact on your mental health.
Absolutely. Especially teenagers, right? They are very influenceable, and they think this is reality. And everybody looks good. Everybody has perfect teeth. Everybody has perfect body, perfect tan. And they have money. Like, I'm the only one. If you look at social media, you think that everybody is happy but you. And then it makes you depressed because you can never attain those goals. But all these are fake. All those pictures are photoshopped, are touched up, are curated big time. Like I said, they do a whole photo shoot. They pretend like, somebody took a picture of them and they are just waking up. No, they woke up, they fixed their hair, they brushed their teeth, they fixed the pictures, and they took maybe 20 pictures. Then they selected that one. And I also love how people like do fitness. I want to give you fitness advice, and they write a sentence like, seize the day, carpe diem. And like, really, like, you just want to show us how good looking you are. You don't want to motivate us. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let's go back to Simon. Now, what do you think about the girls? Are they to blame a little bit? Or do you think they were naive? Because I think so for sure.
I think they were hopeless.
Hopeless. Oh, okay. Why?
And alone. They suffers from loneliness.
Yeah, I agree with that. And loneliness can make you do bad things. And as I say always, like, it's better to be to be alone than to be in bad company. So
they were willing to do anything to be in a relationship. And to be married, and
they were looking for the Prince Charming.
Yeah, when you have this kind of feeling, you're gonna end up in a bad relationship.
Yeah, with the wrong guys.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it makes you not see really clear, and I don't know. I think they were also a little bit greedy. I mean, I'm sorry, but for the girl who signed up for a loan and he sent her fake paperwork saying that she was making that much money a month. I mean, all right, guys, just a quick break here. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to show your support, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you so much. Back to the video. I mean, I'm sorry. You are an adult. You are an adult. You know what you were doing.
No.
Like, this is illegal. And she said, but I'm not. I mean, what do you mean pretend I'm working for you? But I'm not working for you. Well, he said, well, honey, now you are. Well, now, honey, I mean, he's making you all do all the dirty work. And now they are complaining because I think all of them together, they gave him something like $500,000. So, I mean, $500,000. And let's just be real again. Like, when he's asking you for $30,000. When you go and spend a weekend with him, I mean, you used a little bit of that money, a big chunk of that money. How much do you think a jet from Milan to New York costs? And then a fancy hotel, and then fancy restaurants, and then partying with the VIP in the VIP rooms with champagnes, etc., champagne bottles. Like, so you used that money, and when you were living in that world, you felt good. And now he's asking you for $30,000. It's nothing compared to how much he spent on you. So you said, well, he's good for it. 30K is nothing for him. I can just give it to him. He will probably return it with some bonus. So yeah, no problem. But if, say, a cousin or a brother who's struggling would ask you for 10K, you would be like, yeah, I don't know, Tommy, if I can, man. I mean, I'm a little bit tight here. I'm trying to save money to buy an apartment.
Because they were blindsided by him.
Of course, by his money. I think, I wouldn't say they are gold diggers, but I would say they were naive,
And
greedy,
interested.
and interested in money, which in certain degree we all are. But this is like far beyond anybody's limits, I guess.
You have to ask yourself some questions when you go on a private plane for 3 times or 4 times. You have to ask your boyfriend how he can afford that.
Well, this is where I disagree with you here. Like, he already told them a story. Like, I'm a son of a millionaire, of a billionaire, and we do diamonds, and I take care of business. So I have to be everywhere in the world because we sell diamonds everywhere in the world. So I have a private jet because that's the fastest and easiest way. I mean, him.
You can't believe him just like that.
What would you need? Like, show me show me what?
I will not go with him on a date on a private plane until I know for sure that he's not a member of some mafia.
Okay, so
or
how would you do that?
a drug dealer.
How would you do that? How would you verify that?
I will go slowly with the
Well,
relationship.
yeah, I mean, if a boyfriend comes and picks you up in a car, you're not gonna say, well, show me this is your real car. Show me you didn't steal it. Show me. I mean, some people have jets. This is a fact of life. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say.
That's the danger of dating apps. Yeah, you cannot ask about him.
Well, still, I think
going out with him.
I think one of the signs that showed that this guy was a little bit fishy is first of all, you never hang up with his friends, with his family. So this guy doesn't have friends. It doesn't. I mean, it's not a good sign when you date somebody for 4 months and you never hang out with his friends, his cousin, his family, it doesn't make sense. Yes, he travels all the time. Everybody has friends, and your friends say a lot more about you than you say about yourself, than Tinder pictures say about yourself. That's very fishy for him, like, not to introduce them to any of his friends. He was always with his bodyguard.
They met his ex-wife and his
but that was very strange. Like, she was just catching a ride and she said, oh, he's such a good guy. I mean, he's okay.
Maybe he paid her.
Listen, I don't know, but in 4 months relationship, you meet your boyfriend's friends. I mean, there is no way in 4 months you never meet like a bunch of his friends, and you go out, you party with him. He comes all the way from Milan to whatever, to the UK, just to grab a cup of coffee with you and on his private jet. And you never see his friends. I mean, he clearly has money to like fly his friends over. Why didn't you ever meet his friends? So anyways, so after that, so the girls, the consequences of all this is that the girls are screwed big time because they have to pay for these loans, and which was also a little bit interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he said, well, at least one of the girls got a little bit of a revenge. She got all his clothes, and she told him, yes, I will help you. I will sell them for you, because she used to work in like fashion design, etc., etc. And she took all his clothes and she fixed them up. She cleaned them and she sold them, and she kept the money. And this friend said, oh, yeah, well, but how much money would that how much money would that be really? Like, I don't know, 10K, 12K?
Maybe more.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, like used clothes, like she would sell them in stuff like Craigslist, Le Bon Coin in France, Craigslist in the US. Like, what is that? Vintage. Like, vintage. You can sell it on Vintage. That's the website, Vintage.
Are you sure?
Vintage.
Okay.
Maybe, anyways. But anyways.
It's luxury.
Yeah,
clothes.
but still, it's used. I mean, would you buy a luxury like a polo shirt that was worn by somebody else? I don't think so. I'll save up and buy another polo shirt.
No,
Or
it's
actually, I would not buy those brands anyways. But
there is some people that are
of
very
course,
interested
of
about
course.
the
But I think they don't retain
second-hand
they don't retain value as much as first hand. It's almost like a car. As soon as you tear up that sticker, it's not worth that
The
much.
second-hand market, it's a big market now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is, but the value is like maybe you buy it for 50%. You would not buy it for 75 or 80%. Anyways, so long story short, they are screwed. They have to pay for the loans they contracted. I think one of the chicks was planning to buy an apartment, and she gave him all her money, and now she has to. Not only she's never going to see that money again, but she contracted loans and she has to pay
the loan. Right?
yeah, for like a good 10, 15, 20 years, maybe even more. Yeah, I mean, hey, and the thing is, he's not harassed by the justice because technically they voluntarily gave him money. I mean, what are they going to sue him for? And I'm
There's
sure
no
he did that to many,
proof.
many girls. I think only 3 came forward, but I think he did that to many girls.
I think he's not an isolated case
Well,
in the world.
Yeah. I mean, con men are everywhere. But
Yeah, but I think it's a common story.
yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, this is the oldest thing in the book where all the con men, even the people who pretend to be princes from Nigeria, etc., first they lure you with money. They say, listen, if you give me 6,000 euros, I will give you 500,000. 500,000? Yeah, I need to give you 500,000. You won a big prize. And if you want to cash out on that prize, you need, it's not that big deal, just $1,500. Really? But how much did I win? Well, $500,000. But, for the fees, the transportation and this and that, the bank fees, etc., you need to pay. Oh, really? And this is the same thing all over again. This guy, he showed his money. He's good looking. He's charming. He was a gentleman. And boom, that's it. As soon as he makes them believe that this is his lifestyle. This is how he rolls. He's always in private jets, etc.
Just too good to be perfect.
It was, and it's an interesting factor. Like the way he asked them for money was a mix of, well, I'm good for it. I can pay you. I mean, this is peanuts for me. And the other factor is fear. He installed fear in them. Listen.
But before he gained his.
And love too. So the 3 factors.
The trust by buying them clothes. And,
that's what I'm saying. He showed them that he was good for it, that he could clearly pay them back. 30K, 50K, 1,000K is nothing for him. He spent a lot more on a week. And second thing, they kind of loved him. They get emotionally attached with him. And the third thing is, I'm in danger. Look what they did to me. He sent them pictures in an ambulance, etc. Yeah, to get empathy. So yeah, so the 3 factors, they could not technically do anything about it. I think they could have used some common sense on the first stages, but after he sets all the traps, they are pretty much cooked. He did do 2 years in prison in Finland. I think he conned some other chicks there, and he didn't escape from that one. Although I might say I'm from Morocco, and I'm sure that 2 years in Finland is not fun, but it's not that big deal. I'm sure if he had the choice between 3 months in Morocco and 2 years in Finland, he would choose like 10 years in Finland and not 2 years in Morocco or 2 months in Morocco. But I guess the prison in Finland is not that harsh, especially for somebody like him. And
Morocco is not a good market for him.
No.
No woman would lend him even 1K.
That's interesting because I talked to somebody who was from Congo, and this girl told me, an African American would never get, an African girl would never get in his trap. He would never be able to get her. I said, why? She said, yeah, that's crazy. This guy who's flashing all his money, nobody would trust him. Yeah, maybe not nobody. But anyways, last thing before we close this, he is now with his
current
girlfriend. She's a top model, very good looking, top model from Israel.
very
And
good looking, blonde.
She's good looking. I'll show some
Skinny,
pictures.
yeah.
Well, she's a model. What do you want her? What do you want from her? Anyways, and they
doesn't
asked her. First of all, of course, when they interviewed him, he said, "No, well, I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for myself. They are trying to destroy my reputation." Yeah, Crimea River. Anyways, and his chick said, "Oh, I don't believe that somebody would invent a story like this. This is just crazy. Those people are just crazy." And
maybe she's
talking about the girls.
Yeah, maybe she's the master behind the whole thing.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe it's her. the
She's
swindler.
honestly, she's either incredibly naive and frankly stupid, or she's in on it.
Yeah.
But anyways, she was his girlfriend from back then when they were partying, etc., etc. So
I think this documentary show us clearly the damages that social media can create.
yeah. I mean the
And
word
I think
of
we're
illusion.
gonna see a lot of negative impact in the future.
Well, you know when they asked him, "Did you con these girls? Like, how did you get so much money?" He said, "Well, I made money with Bitcoin, and I bought Bitcoin when it was very cheap, and I don't need to tell you the prices now." Well, that's very smart of him, because Bitcoin, you cannot trace it and you cannot really verify what he said. He never paid taxes for it because it's removed from government
Or maybe
clause.
he's a drug dealer or mafia member.
Listen, I
You
think
cannot verify.
no, I
his
think he's
story.
working on a pyramid scheme. Like, he takes money from one girl, he cooks her, he takes her money. When she's like done, she will not give him any more money. He tosses her, he like trashes her, and then he gets another girl, and he uses one girl's money for his next victim, and then one
Dating
girl's
app.
money to impress his next woman, and then he's going from one girl to another. And
He's the mother of the dating app.
well, yeah, I mean, I don't think Tinder is responsible for anything. Of course, they declined taking any responsibility for any of that, which I understand. I mean,
They are not responsible.
they are
for,
not responsible. I agree.
for
but
the users.
yeah, but
They are all
people need to be
adults.
careful.
Yeah, but when you go on dating apps, you know the risks.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think.
Or you are very naive.
Listen, I don't think it's just a dating app. I think these girls would be impressed if they met him at Starbucks with his Rolex and his Lamborghini, and he would say, "Hi, really? You like caramel frappuppo? No? Oh, me too. Fantastic. Let's be friends. Nice seeing you. I'll see you around, honey. All right." And first time, second time, third time, they would strike a longer conversation, and maybe it would work. So is it the fault? Is it the fault of Starbucks or whatever? Not really. I mean, this guy, you should not be impressed by a guy who's showing too much money. That's it. Whether it's in Tinder, whether it's in real life, whether it's on Facebook, I don't think you should be impressed by that. You should, respect yourself a little more. Like, okay, he has money, great. I don't think all the people who have money are bad people. Of course not. But hey, show some restraint and be smart about it. All right. And the family is suing him, I guess. The real Aviv family is suing him, and because he caused them prejudice for their names, etc. And they said that all the money they would take from him, which I'm sure they will not take any money from him because he's technically broke. Nothing is his. He will. They will give away to charities or whatever. But
I
anyways.
think now he's going to be very popular and very famous. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
win a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think.
It's a
Didn't
good
you
end
tell
for
me?
him.
Yeah, didn't you tell me like they
I
wanted
think
to do a social
I read
media,
somewhere
like
that
a real
real
TV?
TV is something proposed.
Reality
him
TV
to-
wants him for.
it's a reality TV show.
Yeah, maybe Netflix might even double dip on him and go for another show or whatever. But hey, I mean,
it's
if
a
he
good
kept.
end for him, but unfortunately for the viewers.
Yeah, but is this the way you want to be remembered? Because everybody knows you're a con man. I mean, the way he defended himself, people don't know me, so why would they judge me? Well, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, you sent those texts, what are you talking about? Anyways, so I think we're going to wrap this up for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Honey,
soon.
thank
Okay.
you.
I'll see you
Bye-bye.
soon. All right.
Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
مزيانة chérie هادي.
C'était mieux que la première.
C'était extraordinaire chérie. Je vais l'éditer, tu vas me dire